Hey everyone, it's Mike and this is the Ferrari Daytona SP3 LEGO Technic set number 42143 with 3,778 pieces. I built this thing on Twitch. If you want to check out my live building shenanigans, go there. And let me tell you this before we begin this review. This set does one major function that's really well working. It inhales you from the front, it digests you through its 8-speed sequential gearbox. Right there you go through all these cogs, and then you get spitted out in pieces, defeated. This set almost defeated me, but I won. Prevailed 8 streams over 25 hours of live streaming time and build time. And man, this is the most complex thing I have ever built. And I'm not a Technic builder, so there is that. And I feel victorious. Well, let's get on with this review. A luxurious set like this should provide a luxurious unboxing experience, and it's in fact so good I made a separate video about it. I'm gonna leave a link on the screen right now, and also one in the description if you wanna check it out. There is something really special about it. Custom-made box for the car, 3 distinctive inside boxes with Ferrari details to it, with nicely packaged bags, and the last box contains the rims, all that. But again, check out that video. Plus the manual also is one for the books, even when it comes to just overall LEGO history. Hefty, 2 hefty books, 400 pages each, beautiful design process pages, about 30 pages showcasing some of the Ferrari design process, just definitely worth checking out. It's so good also, the process itself, it's so memorable that it even made a custom Ferrari coffee table book that pretty much sold out day one for 80 bucks per pop. And now you have to get it for like 300 on eBay. But yeah, that's how much effort they put into designing this thing. And it shows. No expense was spared. There are some questionable choices in favor of the looks, like the windshield design, all that. But let me tell you this, it's even hard to show on a video the emotions that go through building this set actually. There is just way too much to discover. And even though it's challenging, it's very, very rewarding. As far as the special pieces go, or super custom pieces for this set, the wheel wells are completely new. This thing was made for this set. Of course, the rims, can't omit the rims, drum lacquered, asymmetrical, 2 sets of each. Beautiful finish, they just feel amazing, and especially with that Ferrari tile in the middle, they really look great. Also the calipers add just a lot to it. There are plenty other pieces that I don't want to really mention all of them individually, but there are panels that are new, there are recolors of some pins that are new. There's many things that were done. There are many things that were done for this set to be just top-notch engineering feat. There is also this wonderful hybrid connection of system bricks and Technic. You don't get many system bricks in this one, but you get them where this matters. In the front sections with stacked plates. In the back, there's a huge back assembly made almost entirely of system bricks, which just looks awesome and is integrated so well in this set. And I think that's pretty much only 2 options you see. There are some in the engine cover, but everything else is Technic. It's almost seamless how they transition from system building to Technic building. It's like the best integration I've seen in a Technic set of this scale, like ever. All prints, not a single sticker in this set, including the first ever plaque with print, all the details about the car. Other printed areas are front logos, rim logos, door logos, brake calipers, rear logos, fuel cap, steering wheel logo, and even the detailing around the front lights right on these panels right here. Also, there is a printed tile for the dashboard and a custom printed tile with the unique serial number for each owner. Of course, I blurred this one out here. Even the blue 1x5 Technic elements have a printed Ferrari logo for the seat's headrests. All that gives you an idea that we can actually have a fully printed flagship set, and why is LEGO not doing that in the other ones in that price range still baffles me. Functions include opening of the hood with a pole that keeps it up, opening of the engine cover that stays on its own. However, sometimes it does feel heavy and can collapse on its own. Seems like the hinges are do not provide enough tension sometimes, so keep that in mind. Working steering, working butterfly doors with an insanely complex mechanism, working paddle shifters with 8-speed sequential gearbox, and you can actually see the gears moving. On the underside of the car, there is also a selector, an actual gear lever to reverse, neutral, and drive in the middle of the car. And well, there's just, if that is a function, you can also call the function of awesomeness, of how it all looks and operates. So these are holding the whole thing, but yeah, they sometimes just, if you don't put enough tension on it, they're gonna collapse. There's only like slight move required to actually close it. So that's something I particularly not super fond of, but it's a pretty satisfying function to have. Switching to convertible is super easy. The roof only is being held by two Technic axles. That's pretty much it, and you have yourself a convertible. And now we see the really nice blue leather sport seats. They were insanely complex to build, almost over-engineered, but that just gives the vibe of the set, not cutting any corners. That's exactly how I felt, no matter how challenging that was. And overall, that color gives a nice contrast throughout the entire car, as we have the classic red Ferrari. The blue just adds some extra flair to it, and I really like that actually. This is the exact same color they used in the prototype or the first model presented on the Ferrari website. The windshield is an interesting approach that I don't particularly like, but I guess they did the best they could with the angles they had to work with. So we have a just bunch of rubbery flexi tubes or flexi pieces that are creating the outline of the windshield and nothing else. But honestly, we never really had any sort of windshield elements in Technic cars in the past. You will also notice that I mentioned the blue is a good contrast in the set for the seats, but it's not necessarily a good contrast for multiple spots where you see the actual blue triple pins that hold the car together. Well, that piece is very prevalent in Technic, so I guess you cannot avoid that. But in this set, given the contrast with the red color and black, it's very visible in many places. As in every Technic set, the engine is very accurate, a proper V12, again with the gearbox that actually makes the pistons move slower or faster depending on your gear. But in this case, because we have also another printed piece I didn't mention, the Ferrari logotype on the engine, that engine bay is covering most of the pistons visible, so the pistons are there, but the most action you actually see in the gearbox beneath the set. So it's kind of hard to, to see those pistons moving. But that's not a bad thing, at least you know it's there. And just to start closing off, if there was one word I would give this set, is complexity. Even that engine cover alone, you can see the engine craziness there, but even that engine cover, this whole thing, took 3 hours. That's one bag literally with some panels. The gearbox takes also like 3 to 4 hours. There is so much stuff. There are like details that you find that are super intricate. Like there are small rubber pieces in the door to just angle the one of the special panels just the right way for it to align with the chassis. Things like that, you just find those things and you really appreciate what went in this set. And with that in mind, I'm gonna give myself back to the studio and give the final remarks. If you're not a Technic fan, think twice. I'm just kidding, just get this set. You're gonna feel ups and downs. It's a journey of building this thing, okay? You're gonna go through emotions. You're gonna feel like you're almost about to give up. You're gonna feel defeated, but just keep pushing through. Keep getting those pins. There are hundreds of them. Keep getting them in. Keep figuring out what the manual tells or not tells you, because as I mentioned, there are instances where the manual doesn't really tell you exactly the things you need to know. But once you figure it out, once you find that, slot for that pin that you have been searching for the last 10 minutes, you're gonna be rewarded with a little bit of a progress and a little bit of a feeling of achievement that you attach this weird looking piece to the whole car and kind of works. I did not make any mistakes in this and I kind of regret it actually went up in price. For $400, it was still a flagship purchase. Now it's $450. So I don't know if I have to even convince you. It just depends on how much you can afford of a Lego set. But if you are looking for the ultimate challenging experience that in the end will reward you with a car that you're gonna just sit around and look at in awe of all the angles you're gonna appreciate while actually also figuring out where to put it, but that's another story, then this is the set for you. If you are, however, struggling with a medium even sized Technic set and you're thinking that this is not for me, probably you can still spend that $400, $450 elsewhere and have a better result. Like the Castle might be a good choice for you. But again, if you love cars, if you have any sort of love for a great looking Lego Technic or just not Technic, just in general model set, this is probably one for the books and it's gonna remain that way for the long time. Well, at least until Lego makes another super hyper car next year. What it's gonna be, we don't know. We had the Porsche, we had the Lambo, we had the Bugatti, now Ferrari. what can be possibly next. A Pagani? Maybe? Something like that. I would love to see a maybe Pagani Huayra, or maybe something crazier like a Rimac 1, or one of those other crazy concept cars. Maybe that's gonna be too much of a niche. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm rambling about what the next set can possibly be. We'll never know until next year. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and this set. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, bye.